If you want to know the best ways to practice and why they work, understanding how the brain works is key. Everything we learn and remember, it's all about the brain. This is Neuroscience 101. The human brain is the most magnificent, the most complex structure ever. How many brain cells do you have? We all have roughly the same, about 86 billion, although some estimates have up to 100 billion. But that's not what makes us smart. That's just the potential. What makes us smart is the connections or the pathways that form between the brain cells. Those 86 billion brain cells can generate 80 to 90 trillion connections. One cubic inch of your brain is more complex than the whole of the known universe. This is why humans have such an extraordinary capacity for intelligent behavior. Unfortunately, you don't get these connections for free. If you want a beautifully connected brain, you have to work at it. You have to construct your brain. You see, essentially, you have a job description. You are a neurological engineer. Whose brain are you working on? Yes, yours. So get to work constructing new pathways in your brain. To engineer a richly connected brain, you need to challenge it in different ways. Every second presents incredible opportunities for brain growth. Here's a few tips. Tip number 1, read books. Books are fabulous for brain development, and heaps of evidence suggests that readers become smarter than non-readers. Reading is thought to be one of the main reasons that some people learn quicker than others and why some develop a higher IQ than others. Reading is also linked to healthier self-esteem and greater happiness. You may not find reading easy, but you will improve. There are no ready-made neural circuits in the brain for reading. These take years to develop. Reading is a solitary activity. The capacity to be alone is an aspect of emotional maturity and inner security, and important for you to learn. Solitary work on a long-term project is also one of the best predictors of eventual expertise in anything. People who enjoy the solitary exercise of the imagination often develop creative potential. Reading creates interior imaging coming from you. To unfold the capacities of the mind requires regular chapters of solitude. Do you read on a regular basis? If you're not much of a reader yet, see your school librarian. She or he is an expert in reading and will help you get into it. Tip number 2, write. Some people don't like to write on the basis that it is challenging, but that is precisely why you should do it, and lots of it. When learning is hard, you're doing important work. You're changing your brain. Writing is about thinking, and it's probably the most demanding type of thinking. Writing gives you an opportunity to sit and to really think things through. Memory is the residue of thought. Therefore, writing clarifies your thinking. Writing improves thinking. Better thinking provides for more accurate work and more accurate problem solving. Logically, therefore, writing makes you smarter. Embrace the difficulty and write. Tip number 3. Move your body. It doesn't have to be as vigorously as Usain Bolt or other champion athletes, but regular exercise of some sort helps to clarify the mind. We generate 60% more creative thoughts after walking rather than sitting in a chair. Solvitur ambulando. And tip number 4. This one's interesting. The number one activity we know of for connecting different regions of the brain? Making music. Neuroscientists are pretty much unanimous that nothing has the power to change and develop the brain to the same degree that music making does. It's never too late to start or to start again, and there are many ways to make music, lots of styles to play and instruments to choose from. If you can't afford formal lessons with a professional teacher, check out YouTube. Back to the brain. Every time you learn something new, you change your brain. That is, you make another connection or neural pathway. The residue of your learning experience and of your effort is stored for later recall. This is what learning is. So how do you make a new neural pathway? No one could tie their shoelaces the first time they tried. It takes several attempts to create and store a new circuit of action in the brain. And this is what Unit 3 is all about.